quick thing. I might lose my black card for this, but I do not like cornbread. I think that cornbread is a waste of
I disagree.
space.
In the stomach. It's like
What is
Australian-
Arby's?
We don't have Arby's. I don't know Arby's.
You know what? Okay.
Oh, the meat. Something like that.
We have.
The meat.
Yeah. Plural. We have.
The meats.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
First we're friends, then we trust, then I like you, then I love you. Like I don't think you can have love without the others, because if we're having love but we don't like you, then is that really love?
Welcome back to another episode of Where's My Coffee podcast. I'm Perris.
I'm Georgia.
And this is episode 13. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Pretty chill day. Chill day.
For you?
Yeah.
Playing the game all day, basically. Day off. Not to call you out or anything.
Dang. Well, I don't really get that many days off, so I like to just, hop on the PlayStation every now and then. I've been playing a lot of NCAA.
What is
25,
NCAA?
College football.
What is
So
the
NCAA football.
What's the A's stand for?
I think it's National College.
Something association?
Yeah, Athletic Association, I think, because NCAA, it's an umbrella for all college sports. Yeah. So I think it's National College Athletic Association. Okay. I don't think I'm right, but
should fact check that.
Yeah,
it's okay if it's not.
Yeah.
Because I was like, where's the football?
But yeah, so I've been playing that a lot.
Love it.
It's was re-released after so many years of us not having, because it's a staple. It's a nostalgic.
Is that the one that has the drums playing at every single menu?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This one is obviously he's like, changing his skins, like doing other things, his
said
settings.
skins.
That's what you call it, right? Your skins?
Well, the
like the outfits?
Yeah.
Yeah, the skins.
Yeah, uniforms.
Okay, cool. Whatever.
We'll call them uniforms.
And the loading, they're like
loading screen?
Yeah, the menu screen is just drums. Like over
it's the
and
marching
over.
band.
I know, but like when you're on that screen for like 20 minutes, I start like tripping out because I'm like, am I like being hypnotized or something?
I will say I am surprised that
there's no music. It's just drums. Well, at least on that screen.
They're playing the same
beat.
Song.
Yeah,
or beat.
Right.
It's not.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah,
because
I thought
feel
they
like,
would have like kind of put in a rotation of different types of.
Because I feel like in games they play like
different
hits.
Music. Yeah. Well, that's Madden.
No, but like they
2K
play
hits
like with their drums and their trumpets and everything.
Yeah,
so you would think that they would kind of like replicate that.
Yeah.
But nope, just drums, same song the whole time, and I'm getting hypnotized.
That yeah, that's the only thing that I'm kind of like.
They need to switch that up. That's an easy update. That's all they need to do. Just a little quick little update. Yeah. Hello, NCAA. NCAA.
Yeah. I mean, technically, you had it.
Yeah,
You
it just
said
felt
right.
a little weird.
NCAA.
AA.
USAA. You know that commercial?
Yeah, I do actually. One thing with commercials that will always be our childhood, like traditional commercials where the jingles.
Yeah.
Ours will never be the same.
What do you mean?
I like Bingley. Doo-doo. You see, you got no idea.
What is that?
Bingley.
Explain.
It's a appliance store.
And how's it go again?
I like Bingley. Doo-doo. Everyone is. There's Aussies out there.
Okay.
I don't know if they have that anymore, but that's, those things. And then like over here, same thing. Sometimes you'll do like the red rubber yum.
Yum.
Dang, you know what I mean?
You said it first.
Things like that. They'll never like translate. The only thing, what's McDonald's? I'm loving it. It's same thing.
More like, I'm loving it.
Yeah, I guess it changes.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, okay. So I guess McDonald's will be the same. But like, yeah, things like
what is Arby's?
We don't have Arby's. I don't know Arby's.
Okay.
Oh, the meat. Something like that.
We have.
The meat.
Yeah. Plural. We have.
The meats.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, shall we get into our question on the go for episode 12?
Yes. Question on the go for episode 12 was...
What is your favorite comfort meal?
Food. Oh, comfort meal or comfort food?
Just meal, food.
Okay.
It was meal, but we can do food.
It was meal?
Yeah. Same. Do you want to change your answer now?
No. No. I thought it was comfort food, but whatever. Same thing.
Comfort meal.
Yeah.
Same.
Sure.
What's your favorite?
Cereal. In particular.
Yeah, I was about to say elaborate.
Let me land. Frosted Flakes, which is my all-time favorite.
So sugar.
Sure.
Yep.
You wait. Okay. Frosted Flakes mixed with Captain Crunch.
Mixed.
Yeah.
Wait, Captain. Yep. Okay, Captain
So
Crunch.
so I have a bowl.
Those flavors don't make sense in my mind right now.
It's so good. Frosted Flakes as the foundation, and then not too much. Captain Crunch. You just
a little sprinkle.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Cereal never was like something I would go for because one, my mum would never buy the cereal that I liked, like Fruit Loops and what we called Cocoa Pops, which I think you guys call them here, Cocoa Puffs, like similar thing.
No, we do have Cocoa Pops.
Oh, you do have Cocoa?
Yeah.
Okay, so those were like my favorites, right? The chocolate little rice things.
Those
they're
are
like
rice
balls.
Rice
Crisps.
Wait, what?
Like they're like chocolate Rice Krispies basically, but they're like separate, like dry Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Is that what it's called?
We call them Cocoa Pops.
You call them Cocoa Pops.
And then Fruit Loops.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Besides this point of the story, those were my favorite to have.
Yeah.
Any other cereal mom would buy was
still gotta add
like
sugar
literal all brand, like Wheat Bix, like very like dry and bland, like purely for the carbs and protein within it. So I didn't really have cereal that much, but coming to college, there was like a 24/7 cereal bar at the cafeteria.
Yeah. Lawrence Hall, right?
Lawrence Hall. And when I tell you the amount of bowls I consumed of Lucky Charms is probably 90% of the reason for my freshman 15.
Yeah.
Because I would go, and sometimes it would be evening, and I didn't want dinner, I just got some Lucky Charms. And I'd get like 2 bowls of it.
Lawrence Hall.
Lucky Charms was my shit.
Yeah, they did have the cereal bar was amazing.
That was, I mean, I get why they have it, but at the same time, like,
It was just crack.
it was all sugar.
Yeah, it was just
all sugar.
Yeah. But that's to add on top of that, like cereal was always, and here comes another memory. My dad he could eat a whole box of Frosted Flakes to himself, and that's probably why I like the cereal so much, because he would eat
It was just always in the house.
Yeah, it was just he would, that was like a meal replacement.
Well, that's what you do
What
now
I mean?
as well.
Yeah, and yeah, so thanks again, Dad.
That's funny.
But yeah. But how about you?
Mine would have to be like a butternut squash or pumpkin soup with a grilled cheese.
Butternut squash.
Butternut. Why do you always make fun of how I speak?
You said butternut.
Butternut.
But yeah. I'm just clarifying so the audience knows that you're saying butter.
8 years.
8 years, yeah.
And you're still mocking my
Butternut.
accent. Butternut.
Butternut. Yeah. But the way you said it, the audience probably wouldn't have been clear of what you were. So I was just butternut squash.
Butternut squash soup with a grilled cheese. That's my comfort.
But how often?
Okay, ask me that again.
How often do you have that though, in order for it to be a comfort meal?
This is my problem. You don't think soup is a meal.
No, I don't.
You think it's like a little side or a little appetizer, a little snack.
A little something to eat when you're sick, you know?
Which I completely disagree. Because if you have like a good serving of soup and a grilled cheese, I am full.
First of all.
But wait.
Yeah.
And the reason why I don't have it a lot as a comfort food, because I know you don't like it, so I never make it.
Oh, dang. Well.
Yeah. Does that make you feel bad?
Well, don't make it seem like I'm like, you better not make fun
joking.
of that.
It's not that serious.
No, I mean,
but
it's
it
just
is
not
something
fulfilling.
No,
like,
it really
is. And a grilled
though.
cheese is not fulfilling. I don't like, that's just too much cheese on bread. Like, I don't.
It's just a slice of cheese.
Yeah, maybe I'm scarred from school lunches. Did you get pizza in school?
I mean, we didn't have a cafeteria, so it was like canteen. Different.
This might be so random, but follow me. School lunches, whenever they serve pizza, it ruined like my pizza experience at school.
Because it's more cheese than sauce.
They always did stuffed crust pizza.
Oh, weird. Yeah, no, they didn't serve.
It's like, I don't want pizza where the crust is stuffed with cheese. Like,
yeah, too much cheese.
I used to hate
extra cheese.
Like whenever I looked at what the what they were serving for school lunch. and it was stuffed crust pizza. I'm like, oh my gosh, you
I'm like
ruined
that too.
pizza for me.
Yeah. You know what's even worse? When the cheese, when you get pizza, is thick and it starts to harden, and then you have like a hardened cheese.
Yeah.
And it's like mid, and then it's almost like squeaky when you chew it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what
you know
mean.
that texture in your teeth
I
when
don't
you
let
bite
the cheese
into it?
get out. See, and that's why I say this is a full circle moment. That's why I say keep the box closed. Because the reason why the cheese gets that way is because it's cooling down and the cheese is losing heat and it's cooling down. So that's why I say when we get the pizza box, keep it closed. Because
what episode was that? That was like episode 1 or 2.
Yeah,
I'm having so many flashbacks to that.
Full
I was
circle
like,
moment. See, now
keep the box closed.
Keep it closed. So now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
But it's yeah. So your comfort food, butternut squash with
Like, it doesn't have to have a grilled cheese, but just like bread in general, like a baguette or something.
a baguette. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the highlight of it is the butternut squash soup, and then some sort of bread item as a delivery mechanism of the soup.
Yeah. Let's read what others have said.
Yes, let's do it. Someone said pinto beans with smoked turkey and cornbread. Is that like smoked turkey wings? Probably. Or just like smoked turkey. Just like the flavor of smoked turkey.
Yeah, just smoked turkey.
That's like very specific.
Yeah. The pinto beans part 2.
That's throwing me off a little bit. Not gonna lie.
So what I picture is a plate of pinto beans, like type of gravy, spread it over the turkey.
Maybe.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And the cornbread. Quick thing, I might lose my black card for this, but I do not like cornbread. I think that cornbread is a waste of.
I disagree.
Space
in the stomach.
It's just a pan.
It's so good.
It's baked cardboard. Like
you're not having the right cornbread then, because I've had my first set of cornbread here in America. Cornbread's not really a thing in Australia. When I tried that, scrumptious.
Who made the cornbread?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because it's not. I don't even think it's about who makes it. Who don't make it.
Do people make cornbread and you don't like how they
make
my
mom
cornbread?
makes cornbread.
Are you saying
I don't
your
like
mom's cornbread's
no,
not good?
I'm not saying I don't like my mom's cornbread. I just don't like cornbread in general.
Okay.
It's dry.
It shouldn't be though.
All right.
It's meant to be buttery.
Yes, there's butter. It's buttery, but I don't like the texture. I don't like the texture.
Like the mealy.
Like I just choke thinking about it. It's like
gag reflex almost.
Nah, what's the what are the biscuits that they tell you to?
Wheat Thins?
Nah, the KFC biscuit. It's like a Popeye's biscuit. A Popeye's biscuit is just like
dry.
So dry, like you know.
I feel that way with Chick-fil-A biscuits sometimes.
Or Chick-fil-A wait, Chick-fil-A got biscuits? Oh, they do. Their biscuits are buttery ones, though.
They are, but sometimes it's so like in your mouth. Yeah, anyway, let's continue. We have.
I prefer my cornbread to taste like pound cake.
Then it may just be pound cake.
As well.
We have cream of wheat.
Wait, what was that look for?
Was
that an innuendo?
No. I was going to say a joke, but I couldn't think of the joke quick enough. So then I just stared at you and I didn't know what to say. I was like, we'll keep moving on.
Okay.
I was trying to be witty, but I couldn't be witty enough.
Got it.
Yeah, cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat.
Which is new to my vocabulary being in America.
You've never heard of cream of wheat?
I mean, I've lived here for 11 years, so I have for 11 years. But when I came to America, I had not have heard of cream of wheat. We don't have it in Australia. We have oatmeal.
So your 11 years being here, you have heard of cream of wheat. Okay. Have you tried it?
Yeah.
From where?
I have.
Where have you had cream of wheat?
Wait. Where have I had cream of wheat? Where have I had cream of wheat? Did your mom make it for us?
Probably. But I've never seen.
Maybe I'm confusing it with grits, though. Actually,
yeah.
Is it similar?
They're similar. They're very similar. Very similar. Grits.
Maybe I haven't had cream of wheat.
I think you had grits.
Maybe I've had grits then.
Yeah,
okay, maybe I've never had cream of wheat.
Yeah.
Is it sweet or savory, or is that your choice?
So my choice is you put sugar and cream of wheat. You put salt and pepper and butter and grits.
And is that your personal?
That's
or
my
that's
personal
like,
preference.
Okay.
I would say that's the way to go, but that's my personal.
No, okay, maybe I haven't had cream of wheat. Is it like a mashed potato, like texture?
It
Or
can look like it.
Like
It
thick
can look
gravy texture.
It's gravy texture.
Okay. But it's bland. Like there's no flavor to it. It's
If
what
you put
add.
sugar in it, yeah. If you
Like
put sugar.
it's a device to add flavor and seasonings, right?
Cream of wheat?
Yeah. Like if you were to put nothing in cream of wheat, it would taste bland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It tastes
So
like
it's
a
kind of like
flour or
oatmeal.
something.
Like it's like a family of oatmeal. Because if you don't put
Yeah,
anything
because
in
it is
oatmeal,
a grain. It's a grain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
A grain and oat is two different things, right?
I mean, oat is
Oat
a grain.
is a grain. Okay, got it.
Okay, we have crabs. We have mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
We have PB and strawberry jelly with honey wheat bread. Very specific there.
Yeah.
And I respect it.
And it can be toasted, right? They say
Yes.
it can be toasted.
Yeah, can be toasted. We have KFC Wicked Wings, courtesy of my father. Wicked Wings are an Australian thing. They're like a spicy Wicked Wing. You guys don't have them here, apparently.
I
I don't
haven't
know.
eaten
I have to
KFC in
fact
so
check.
long.
I have to fact check that, but my dad was very adamant that it's an Australian thing. And then we had warm tortilla with butter and salt,
Or
cinnamon and sugar.
yeah.
I can get with cinnamon sugar on a tortilla.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't.
But why add salt and butter on a tortilla? Like, why add the salt? Why don't, like, what are we doing here? I'm a little confused.
So a tortilla is
I guess because there's no salt. Now, are we frying it? Because if we're frying it and making it like a crispy tortilla and putting some salt on it and
there
then
you
butter, then yeah, I can get
just
by
a
that.
soft tortilla chip. Just soft.
How is a soft tortilla a chip?
You said what?
How is a soft tortilla a chip? If it's a chip, it wouldn't be soft anymore.
Well, I said it's okay. Soft version of a chip. Okay, you got it. All right.
Anyway, so that was fun. That was fun. It's
Yeah.
interesting what direction people go. Either sweet, savory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My thing is, does comfort meals, do they have to be consistent in order to do they have to be consistent in order for them to be considered
I don't think
comfort
so.
meal?
I think it's just the way it makes you feel, like the comfort that
Got
you
it,
feel when you
okay.
eat it.
All right. Fair
You know
enough.
what
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
you. Great answers, guys. Thanks for chiming in.
Yeah. This week's question on the go for episode 13, we ask you, would you rather be liked or right?
Let's get into
It's
it.
a little deep there.
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts hearing that?
I just always want to be on the side of right.
I know. I'm joking. Sorry, I had to make a reaction.
I used to care about being liked. Nowadays, not so anymore.
What do you think changed?
Just finding myself and knowing who I am and just being confident in the person that I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Denzel says everybody wants to be first. No one wants to be right. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're first to something, first to the news, first to release news or whatever. No one just wants to be right. Always want to be first. So
Yeah.
I just, as far as being liked, I don't care. Like I have the people that I love in my life. I have the people who are supposed to be in my life, in my circle.
Yeah.
And
you're
you don't
okay
like
with
me.
how it is?
Yeah. Because my thing is, like, I know I'm a good person. So if you don't like me, that's because
your problem, not mine.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I would rather be on the side of right.
Yeah. I probably have a similar story of like back high school. Being liked was like such a priority of oh my gosh, I'm not in the cool group or whatever. That sounds a little dramatic, but just like being liked was very in the forefront. And I never had enough confidence in myself to think I was ever right. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense.
That sounds so sad.
No,
but like
it makes
that's what
sense.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
The confidence of like even thinking I can like advocate for myself to be right. Like it was and still is hard for me to express opinions or speak my mind or like create things because I don't know if I am right. Do you know what I mean? Like if we're in a room, we're in a meeting, and I have an opinion on something, because I don't know if I'm right, I'm not going to say it. Even though the person next to me says it, and I was like, oh, I was going to say that. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
But that doesn't mean that I'm doing all that because I don't want to be liked. Wait.
No, say that one more time, because you're landing.
I'm not like speaking on the items to be so-called right because I don't want to not be liked. It's just a pure like confidence thing of like not being able to speak up to show that like, am I making sense?
Yes, walk me through, because I feel like you're making I feel like you're making such a great point. You said I'm not speaking up because
obviously like in a room and say I have an opinion, I will rather not say that opinion because I don't have the confidence to say it because I don't know if it's right.
Right. Got it. Okay.
Does that make sense? Even though the person next to me might say the exact same thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, I was right. But it's the confidence. But it's not that I'm not saying it because I'm afraid that I won't be liked at all. Right. You know what I mean?
By what you said.
By what I said.
Yeah,
so it's like, there's so many likes in this sentence, but I find I'm not trying to do one or the other. Like being liked, I feel like I've gotten that like mentality away since like high school. That kind of vibe, that energy. Like I'm similar with you of like, if you don't like me, you don't like me.
Right.
And that is what it is. And then in the characteristic of being right, obviously you may like to beg to differ because I always try and be right with you, but that's a different scenario, right?
That's just our dynamic.
That's just our dynamic. Yeah. But when it comes to like public settings, people, groups, it's just like a confidence thing of like,
if I say this thing, will it be the wrong thing?
Yeah.
And then you find out later that I actually should have said it because it was right.
I should have had more confidence knowing that like my opinion in that situation, it's not that it was right. It's just that like, it's valid.
Yes.
And it's worth like it's worth me saying that opinion than keeping it in. Yeah. So maybe I do not avoid being right.
I think it's,
but it's not
like
because,
like you just said, you're in the middle. Like you don't care if you're not liked. You just want to have the confidence to speak up whether you're right or wrong. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not even
interesting if like, I hope that I do continue, because I feel like over time even since being in America, like I'm gaining that confidence to like speak my mind a lot more. And I'm sure you've seen that in me.
Absolutely.
But I'm curious to see if during this time of like continuing to find that like confidence and like go-getter of just like speaking my mind of opinions, thoughts, all of that sort of stuff, it will change me being nervous to not speak because I don't want to be wrong when I speak. Do you know what I mean? Because right now I'm doing it because it's confidence. Right. But what happens if I do get that confidence and start speaking? Will it shift again to, oh, I don't want to be wrong?
I mean,
like there's so many layers to it.
And don't get me wrong. Like when I say I want to be on the side of right, it's not that I even feel like everything I say is right. Right. I'm the first one to tell you that what I'm saying may be wrong. Yeah. It's just, You'd rather
get it out there though.
Yeah, I'd rather get it out there and be on the side of what's right and be on the side of right than try to appease everybody and be liked. I don't,
I feel like there's different levels of like, what category are we talking about in right? Do you know what I mean? Like, are we talking about morals? Because like what is right? Everyone's morals are going to be different. So what is right for them may be different for you. Yeah. And then obviously we have like in relationships, what fight is worth fighting because you just want to be right in that conversation. Do you know what I mean?
No,
like
that's true.
There's different levels of like what is your version of just being right. Now, I do like obviously that. Morals, that's a whole avenue that I feel like is probably a little too deep dive into what that is.
Separate episode, yeah.
Maybe another podcast, but
another
this one. But when it comes to relationships, which obviously, you know, we're not experts, we're still learning, we're still growing. But I think something that we've learned over our years is what fight is worth fighting, and what fight is worth not dropping sounds wrong, but just like understanding that no one needs to be right in this equation. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like we're both neutral here. Let's just like settle. Let's not try and be right.
Yeah,
let's just embrace.
Yeah, even though that's
each other's
hard for
opinions.
us.
Oh my gosh, all the time.
I mean, man, this is such a very complex question.
Yeah.
Would you rather be liked or right? Because there's so many layers to it and so many different conversation, like webbed conversations. You know what I'm saying? And then we might be all over the place, but who cares? I mean, we're here to talk. We're here to chat. Sure. Do you as far as the topic of being liked, do you believe that you can love somebody and not like them?
No.
So you saying that?
Wait. Yeah. Do you believe? Say that one more time.
Do you believe that you can love somebody and not like them?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Elaborate.
Elaborate on why you think. My brain is
trying to figure out how to elaborate on that. So when I think about love, obviously there's, oh my gosh, what is it, the love when you have like unconditional love, like with family, right?
Yeah. And you can have that with friends too.
You can have it with friends too, right? The unconditional love, right? You still will like that person. Things may annoy you about them, but if you can label love, period, on any sort of relationship that you have, like I feel like it's like, to get to this you have to go to this, to get to this you have to go to this. Like first we're friends, then we trust, then I like you, then I love you. Like I don't think you can have love without the others, because if we're having love but we don't like you, then is that really love? That to me is you're like just tolerating the relationship you have to have.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Because
then there's also the aspect of I love you and I'm in love with you too.
Yeah.
Like I have love for you and I'm in love with you. I feel like those are different like vibes as well.
I truly, in contrary, I think the whole in love part is a separate conversation. But even then, I don't believe that you can be in love with somebody. I don't think you can be in love with somebody if you don't like them.
Agreed.
But I do believe you can love somebody and not like them. One, not everyone who's in a relationship is in love. And that's why I say that's a separate topic.
Yeah.
But in this, let's just the ceiling is just love in this scenario.
Okay.
I feel that you can be in a relationship where you love the person and not like the person. You know what I'm saying?
See,
love is.
I'm gonna agree to disagree here, because I don't think you can love someone and not like them.
Well, love, it doesn't. In my perception is that it doesn't take much to love somebody. It don't take much. That's just our natural.
Takes a lot for me.
Well, yeah. I mean, love is just a natural instinct. That's just our natural instinct as human beings.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can love anything. You can love anyone, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can love someone you barely know. You can love the idea of somebody. You know what I'm saying? But you may not like the person that they are. You may not like hanging around them. You may not like being social or
But how do you love them if you don't like them? That's what I'm not comprehending.
Because I can love a cousin and not like the cousin. I can love my sister or brother and it's separate, not like my brother or sister.
Yeah, but then I would beg to differ. It's just like, then is that actually love?
How do you think toxic relationships exist? How do you think toxicity in loving relationships or relationships where the two people love each other exists?
Well, I think that's a different argument, because I think
because there's no
actual, like, the love there is not real.
It lacks likeness. It lacks friendship. We have to learn, me and you, whether you saw it or not, we had to learn to like each other. We had to learn to be friends.
Yeah.
And I felt like we were put in position. It was a point in time where I was thinking of you, and I said, I just want to be in her company. Like, I love being around her.
Yeah.
This is before we even put a label on it.
Yeah.
Let me land real quick.
Okay, sorry.
And we were put in position where we were around each other a lot. We were friends. Like, I felt that
because we liked each other.
Exactamundo.
Right. So we liked each other.
Right.
Now we love each other, and we still like each other.
When did I tell you, and I'm going to get you with this one. When did I tell you that I loved you?
Like 3 days in? No, I'm joking. But like, basically like a month in, 2 months.
But it was around the time where we weren't really around. We barely knew each other.
We did.
Audience, we're going to keep it real. I said I loved you before we even took that step to go deeper into who we are. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It didn't.
So you're saying in that moment you didn't like me?
It wasn't even about like. It wasn't about like.
Isn't that the discussion, that you loved me before you liked me?
You gotta let me land. Let me land here.
Okay.
The friendship came thereafter. Because what I'm saying is, it don't take much for people to love each other, to love, like, being around somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But I don't think you're wanting to, like, continue that love for somebody if you don't like them. Like, if I don't like somebody, I don't want to continue a relationship with you. I don't care to continue a relationship with you. The idea of loving someone without liking them, then they're just an association in your relationships.
Nah, because love is strong enough to, like, the concept of love is strong enough to keep things glued together. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say there is so, like, I won't do you wrong because I love you. I won't do my cousin wrong because I love him. That unconditional love is there. Yeah. I had unconditional love for you.
Okay.
At first, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I think I'm like understanding what you're saying.
But check this out though.
Okay.
Let me just conclude here.
Okay.
The love, like I said, love is strong enough to keep things glued together. But if you don't like the person that you are with, I was in a great example. I was in a relationship where I thought I was in love, thought I loved the person, thought the person was in love with me, thought the person loved me. But there were things that were done to me to intentionally hurt me. And someone who, if there was like there, if they liked me as a person or liked who, then you don't do that. You don't intentionally try to hurt the person you love. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. I feel like there's plenty of scenarios where people love each other, but they may not like each other. You know, it's about, actually, I pulled it up, and I just want to make sure even the audience understands both our perspectives. They say, yes, it is possible to love someone, but not like them.
Okay.
Love and like are different psychological experiences. Where love is a deep, passionate feeling that's an evolutionary drive to help the species survive. It's the capacity to connect with, desire, and feel for another person. Like is a positive evolution of someone based on who they are. It's more about appreciating their actions or socializing with them. You know what I'm saying? It's common to dislike people you love. And some people may not realize it. For example, you might love someone, but despite their behavior or attitude, some reasons why you might not like someone you love include they remind you of a parent or former partner you dislike. They seem self-righteous and remind you of your own self-righteousness. You feel intimidated by them because they are more accomplished than you. You know what I'm saying? So there's like,
okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Like there's
you got me. This is a moment of me wanting to be right.
Yeah, but I understand you. It may not apply to the masses.
Trying to be funny, but
yeah. I was listening to a podcast today, and someone had asked the woman co-host, "Hey, do you believe? Did you ever date a man who was jealous of you? Jealous of your success?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, I actually was in a relationship with a man who was jealous of my success."
Right.
And it caused a lot of friction in our, and it was like sometimes even through his jealousy, he didn't realize that he didn't like you he didn't like the success of the person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It sounds so extreme. It can sound so extreme, but it is possible.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Honestly, like us discussing it, I wasn't ready to back down, but hearing it that way,
yeah,
like very precise and like refined, I'm like, okay.
That's kind of why I wanted to pull it up.
I'm glad you did, because even you trying to explain it to me, I still wasn't really like, I just like don't see how you can do that. But knowing that they are, did they say psychological? There
are two different psychological experiences.
Yeah. That sentence right there, that was like a light bulb of like, huh. Yeah. Okay. I see it.
Because you got to think, one, the concept of divorce exists. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's true. But from your perspective, you're like, well, why don't we just cut out the middleman and just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't get in a relationship if you don't like the person. Like, you know what I mean? But that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I think I was just on the side of, hey, this is possible.
Yeah.
Like things like that. Saying. But overall,
not our reality though. So.
Of course not. Of course not. But the question on the go, to come back to what it was.
Yeah, full circle moment. Comment down below.
Yeah.
Post on our socials. So we'd love to hear your opinions, your thoughts, ideas. Would you rather be right or light? I like that one a lot.
Yeah, Georgia came up with that question, and when she asked me, we were actually in the living room.
We started to get into it. We're like, hold it for the pod.
Hold on.
Hold it for the pod.
Yeah. I mean, we were really like trying to break it down, like, you know. Because it's interesting.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
Because I'm sure many people have different thoughts and opinions with it, which I kind of like.
Yeah. There was something that popped up randomly too. What are your thoughts on like Irish goodbyes? And I asked this because
go ahead.
Do you do Irish goodbyes to people you don't like?
No.
Like, is it something
I don't think so. No. The way I view Irish goodbyes is, you know that there are enough people at the event, at the party, wherever you are, that you saying goodbye is no harm, no foul. And it's a matter of like you just slipping out real quick, so you don't have people coming and be like, oh no, stay a little bit longer. Or then you say goodbye and then you end up talking for another 10 minutes, because sometimes if you say goodbye to one, you have to say goodbye to all.
True.
And then sometimes one of those people will then start a new conversation. And before you know it, you've said that you wanted to leave at 10 o'clock and then it's 11:30.
Yeah.
So I think it's like...
case by case basis.
Oh, for sure. I don't think I would personally ever do an Irish goodbye. Just because I would feel weird, like just leaving. Yeah. Personally. I would be okay not saying goodbye to everybody. I would always want to say goodbye to at least the host, if there was a host.
True.
To say like thank you for like inviting me, you know, that like as a consideration. If there's no like official host and it's like, I don't know, like a corporate or, you know, something like that. That I don't know. I don't think I would have. I've never done an Irish goodbye personally. Have you ever done an Irish goodbye?
I'm trying to. I think that I've done it in the past, but it was like like you said, it was a large amount of people attending the same place. And if I stayed or left, no one would notice. So it was just like, yeah, I just
it's just
left.
easier to go.
But I feel like if we pull up somewhere to like a shindig or something like that.
Yeah, if it's a small amount of people, then like that would be very awkward.
And we're usually some of the last people to go.
You know what? That's why I'm thinking, because I feel like we do stick around to the end for most situations. Yeah. So like everyone's leaving at the same time when I leave most of the time.
But when I do notice someone did an Irish goodbye, I kind of get mad. Not mad, but you're
like, wait, where'd they go?
Why? Yeah, why? Okay.
And they're like, oh, they left. And you're like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Do you think an Irish hello exists? Okay, moving on. All right. Let's figure it out.
Doesn't really. It's more like a Anyway, we don't have to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Oh my God. Side note: can we talk about us doing our fall list?
Oh yeah.
Checking it off.
Let's get into it.
So, I think it was 2 episodes ago. We kind of did a little list of Halloween fall items that we want to do.
Yeah.
Halloween, did not find any children, so we didn't go trick-or-treating.
Did not find any children is insane. Also, hope you guys had a great Halloween. Hope it was fun. It was pretty chill for us.
Yeah, we watched Halloween, so that was one of our items.
Yes.
So that was exciting. I did enjoy it. I'm you know what? I feel like I was trashing it a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of
I did enjoy it.
Yeah,
and you know why? It's because I thought the Halloween you really liked and wanted to watch was like the really, really old one.
Yeah, the classic. I mean, even that, I didn't want to do that because I knew you truly.
But
I was
the
trying
poster,
to do like a compromise.
Like the one that we had the poster of, that's the one we watched, right?
No. So technically what happens is we watched the sequel. In John Carpenter's timeline, we watched the sequel to the 1978. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Either way, we watched Halloween.
So I knew to do that because I knew you would like that.
I respect it because it was a good one. And actually made me want to watch the next 2. Yeah. And then, so no trick-or-treating. We didn't really want to do that much for Halloween, but we went for a hike.
Yes.
And it was so nice. Perris had a Sunday off, and I said, at the beginning of the week, I was like, we're going to go for a hike on Sunday. Yeah. Because we need to take advantage of this. The leaves are going to change. They're going to fall. No, sorry. The leaves have changed and they're going to fall. And then it's just going to be like branches before we know it. So I did some research, found a hike. We went to Fort Mountain State Park, which is about an hour 20 from Atlanta. Highly recommend, worth the drive.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful. Like, super. Shoot, even on the way up, like as you're going up, because we decided not to do the 5-hour hike. That was a choice. I don't think we're quite ready for that one. So when we entered the park, I was just like, what am I saying? When we entered the park, obviously you can park at the bottom and start your 5-hour hike when we entered. But you drive up most of the mountain to the top. And we came across this little like alcove. I don't know what you call it. It was like the first like peak that was high. Not the highest part of the mountain. The overlook. And we pulled over at the car and we were just like, oh my gosh, we're not even at the hike yet. And this is just stunning.
It was so dope.
Yeah.
So dope.
The leaves had changed. They weren't fully like as orange and red and yellow as I thought. I feel like a lot had already fallen, which was kind of sad.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
No, it was super fun. I mean, a couple of you probably already know that I love the whole campy mountains hiking type of vibe, and it's always been my goal on the bucket list to tick that off and go hiking. Yeah. So I was super glad that she found a place for us to go, so that we could have that experience. And I felt like
it was a good like balance of like flat.
Yeah.
Inclines up and down, rocky. It was very like rough. Like it wasn't like a complete path or anything.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I think there was like one section that looked a little bit more man-made, just because of how steep some of it was. You could tell they had put stones in. And then there was a point where it was like really narrow. The leaves was slippery. We were falling.
I felt like we went through every type of not every type of yes.
Terrain sounds dramatic, but it felt that way.
Yeah, because I mean, there was one part of the mountain where it was super wet.
Yeah,
super gloomy,
and it was like super on an incline.
Yeah,
and I was slipping all over the place.
How many times did we slip? Like numerous times.
That portion where it was just a bed of leaves and how slippery it was like every step down felt like I was slipping. Yeah. It's like, oop, I'm gonna fall down the mountain.
The first overlook we went to.
Oh my gosh. The overlook. So the top of the mountain. So we're at the top now. We're at the peak. And there was like a step down, like it was man-made, but you would go out to the overlook and it was like out of the mountain. So you were out of the trees and you just see this like outlook over all of Atlanta. And I guess it's not Atlanta. It's North Georgia. We had driven an hour 20. Shut up. It was an outlook of Georgia and it was just.
Outlook of all of Midtown.
All of Midtown, all the buildings. And it was just so breathtaking. And because we decided to go early. So there was probably only like 2 or 3 people that we came by. So when we went to the overlook, we were the only ones there.
Still the people.
It was so peaceful. Yeah. The weather was great. A little bit chilly. Shouldn't have worn shorts.
Yeah, you did wear biker shorts.
Definitely should have worn leggings. But yeah, what were your thoughts?
Yeah. Again, just a great experience. I made sure to take it all in. Yeah. Because we were walking and I was like, babe, we can tick this off our bucket list. This was actually on our bucket list. And it just made me excited to do it more often, you know? And now I don't feel like a poser anymore. Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? Like I can say, yeah, I've been hiking, you know? But toward the end, my knees.
Oh, I know. I felt so bad.
It was like a switch. Yeah, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting older. Because sometimes I'd be forgetting I'm 31, and not to say 31 is old. What I'm saying is I'm no longer in my 20s. Yeah, I'm no longer in my teens. You know what I'm saying? And I used to pride myself in how active and invincible. You used to break dance a lot and things like that, and all this, and it's all catching up. Yeah, like my knees are.
No, I was letting you finish your thought. Oh. Sorry. You thought there was something in your face.
Because the way you did it and looked at me, you were like...
No. So I had an itch. But when I edit, I noticed that we cut each other off a lot. So I was trying to let you finish your thought. I'm so sorry. Oh, my gosh. And then that just made it worse.
Yeah, no, you're good. My knees are... I won't say they're done, but they were like, yo, P... Let's wrap this up, boy. Yeah,
we're done. The hour 20 hike, we're done. That reminds me. Yeah. I think it was it Sam and Van's wedding that we went to?
That what?
You started doing your little dance scene.
Oh, yeah.
And you were going at it. Like, you had a couple drinks, so you were feeling yourself, and you were going. Mm. You came off the dance floor like needing a dang on like asthma puff because your asthma and you're like,
did we bring my inhaler?
No, we didn't. I don't think we did, or maybe we did. I forget.
No, it was in your purse. We always stay strapped.
But at the same time, it was just like your realization of like, I can't just do that on the dance floor anymore and think I'm okay. Like you almost had like an asthma attack.
Yeah. Anyway. No, I did.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It was funny. It wasn't funny. It was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, no, your knees for the hike. Yeah. You were good for most of it.
I was good for all of it.
It was like the last 5-10
minutes.
Yeah.
Because then you made us walk up. So there was this point where there was a tower. Yeah. A certain tower that people go on Valentine's Day because...
I read somewhere that people like to go there because the person who built it carved a heart into the side of the tower. So it's like kind of like cute. I don't know if that's actually what people do, but I read somewhere that people like to go there. Yeah.
So I thought we were almost done anyway. And she was like, no, hey, we're going to detour and go visit that tower. Because I was like,
we got to do the tower. Like we did the overlook. That's one of the things. And the other thing is to go see the tower.
So I'm like, all right, well, what direction is the tower? She was like,
back up there.
And it's...
like a
You ever
40-degree angle.
Yo, and it's like how many flights of stairs? Like 20? No,
they were like rough stairs, right? So it's like a combination of like man-made stairs and then obviously like just natural rock inclines. Yeah. So some of the steps were really high. So you're like hiking up these stairs.
She was like, "Yo, we might as well. We didn't drive an hour 20 to
not
like
to do everything."
So I was like, "All right."
Going up was fine, right? Or is that when it got inflamed?
That's when I was like, "Yo."
So it was the stairs. I'm done.
Yeah.
But then the problem was, once we went up, we got to go down.
We got to come down.
Luckily, the way down, there was another way to go where you didn't have to go back down those stairs. But it just meant that there was just like a hill the whole time. So you're like walking with slightly bent knees.
And meanwhile, there's a guy behind us.
Carrying children.
On his shoulders. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm done. It's over with. Like he's doing that, and he looked older than me. Mm. I'm like, yeah, my knees are done, cuz.
Yeah, but that's like a genetic thing that you have.
Yeah.
Well, not genetic, but that's just just like a little.
Yeah, I mean, me and my pops, we don't got really, you know.
You got your little knobbly knees.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, thanks.
It was so fun though. It was so fun.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. I'm so glad we got to do it. What is it called? Fort
Mountain State Park.
Fort Mountain State Park. Mm-hmm. Fort Mountain State Park.
It's in between Dalton and LJ, I think.
LJ, okay.
Yeah.
What before we get out of here?
Yes.
Before we get out of here, someone had told me that the day after Halloween, they were going to put up their Christmas tree.
We did, yes. So I brought this up to you.
Is that normal?
I think it varies. So obviously in stores, I feel like you see Christmas decorations like day of Halloween kind of thing. They like put them up in the stores.
The day of Halloween?
Yeah, like they're up. They've been up for like a minute now. You've not been in the Target.
I just went to Publix yesterday.
No, Target. If you go to Target,
she said no.
Target has all of their Christmas decorations up. Well, not all of them, but like they're coming, right? They're in home goods. It's in. So, and then a lot of people, obviously, not a lot, a handful of people, I'll see them like posting that they've put their Christmas trees up or they're starting to decorate.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself and asking Perris, like, when is it acceptable for us to do our Christmas?
Yeah.
Because it's always cozy when we put our Christmas tree up because there's so many. I never like putting the overhead lights on in a house. So the more like non-overhead lights that we can have in the house, the better. So
yeah,
now,
the more moody lights we have, the better.
Like keep it moody. Don't put the overheads on. Like absolutely not.
We literally can't turn on our kitchen lights. She won't allow it.
Yeah, I won't. Unless I'm like cleaning and I want to make sure that like everything's actually clean.
Yeah.
No, I don't put overhead lights on. I guess in the bathrooms we do, but they're not really true.
Course.
Anyway,
yeah.
I'm sidetracking here. Christmas trees.
Yeah.
This, for some reason, this Thanksgiving feels
right.
Later.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I feel like previous years we've put our Christmas tree up maybe like a week before Thanksgiving, but that feels so late this year.
I know. So what do you want to do?
I'm definitely not straight after Halloween.
Well, we're
past that, Halloween, but at the same time, I respect it for people who do that.
Yeah.
I think I'm a mid-November put it up.
Okay.
Which means...
What's today's date? It's the 11th.
I guess
that's not mid-November yet.
Which means maybe this weekend.
Yeah, true.
That still feels early.
Sunday.
Maybe we put it up on Sunday. Is that too early? What do we think, people? When are you putting your Christmas trees up?
Yeah. And how early is too early?
Yeah, some people like wait till Thanksgiving then put it up. I like having it up on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I do too. Because like I said before, like we said on a previous episode, like Thanksgiving and Christmas kind of
they can blend
like,
a little.
It blends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Christmas. Someone said Christmas is an extension of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't really.
Or they kind of.
I don't agree with that because we don't have Thanksgiving in Australia, so.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah. Well, this was a good one.
It went really quick this episode.
Yeah.
We went from like serious, not serious, being old, to Christmas. Why don't you look at that? Comfort food.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What's your favorite drink of choice?
Oh my gosh. You've got to have it now. I'm gonna call you out right now.
What? What's my habit?
Your
Can
habit.
You answer the question?
I will.
Okay.
You have a habit that when we're like literally about to wrap up the episode, you throw out this last minute.
It's a button.
What?
Just throwing a little button.
I know, but like we're getting ready to wrap it up, and then you just like, psych, it's not over yet.
Yeah, psych, I lied.
What's my favorite drink of choice? Coffee.
No, gin and tonic. Guys, it's been great. We will see you next time. Again, this was a great episode.
It was a great episode. Don't forget to answer the question on the go. Would you rather be right or liked?
Or liked.
Thank you so much. Episode 13.
I'm
see
Perris.
You next time. I'm Georgia. Bye. I was about to say we are now in the mix. Whoa.
They don't know about all that.
Bye.
Archives.